Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. Let's get into it. First quarter, Mercury had 19, Minnesota 21. Okay, they're pretty much neck and neck. Second quarter, Phoenix 13, Minnesota 27. So at that point, Minnesota was like, you know what, we're going after this. And basically, the Mercury couldn't hold them back. Their defense was low. Third quarter, 22 Phoenix and 14 Minnesota. So we know after the halftime, they had a fire put under them. They came back, Phoenix came back, ready to go. They came back and said, you know what, we better do this, we better do this. And they did it. All right. Fourth quarter, 25 Phoenix and 17 Minnesota. So again, the defense that the Phoenix Mercury put up was working. And also, their offense was getting better. So much so that they went into overtime. Overtime points 10 for Phoenix and 4 for Minnesota. The ending score 89 for Phoenix and 83 for Minnesota. Top scorers for the Mercury was Satu Sabali 24, Alyssa Thomas 19, and Sammy Whitcomb, she had 13. Minnesota Lynx, it was Kayla McBride, who had 21, Nafisa Collier, who had 24, and we have Courtney Williams, who had 20. Largest lead in the game was 20 points, and that was for the Minnesota Lynx, and the Mercury had a lead of 6 at one point. Free throws, 10 of 13 for the Mercury and 8 of 9 for the Lynx. Turnovers, 16 for the Mercury, 18 for the Lynx. Points conceded off turnovers, 19 for the Mercury and 21 for the Lynx. So this game was a grueling game. They fought this, they both battled again in both of these first two games of the semifinals. They battled. And this one right here, the second game, the first quarter, the second quarter, first half, I should say, was pretty much, Minnesota. After that, it was pretty much Mercury. That's the way it came down. And then in overtime, Mercury. That's how they won. And again, this was a fight. Both teams were on a mission, and it got a little chippy between uh, Collier and Thomas at one point, but that happens. But the key thing here is that they both were battling. That's a lot more than we saw in the Indiana versus the Aces. But that's another story. So, anyways, they fought and it was a good game. So the key thing here is that now it's 1-1. So what's going to happen for next time? Who's going to win the next game? And the key thing again, and I hate to say this, I really hate to say this, but just suppose this. Suppose some of these games were rigged. And I hope that that's not the case. Okay, really? But you'd want to stretch out this, if you were the WNBA, right? You want to stretch out this series so you can make some revenue. Okay, you want to go the closest to 5 as possible, and all this stuff. Because sometimes I don't really understand why teams are not coming into the game prepared for the team that they're facing. Sometimes I just question that. Now, if you're facing the Phoenix Mercury, they're going to be scrappy, they're going to be gritty, they're going to be aggressive. When you're facing the Minnesota Lynx, usually they're going to be aggressive, they're going to be shoot with precision, and they're going to have some good looks, and they're going to have some 3-pointers. They're going to go after it. So when you see the teams fall short of what they usually do, and what they're doing on that court at that very moment is really out of their character, then you got to question something like what's happening, what's going on. So I don't know. I'm just kicking some stuff out there. So you let me know what your thoughts are about the game, the Phoenix Mercury versus the Minnesota Lynx, and what happened. And Let me know what your thoughts are about what happened. Because I'm kind of baffled about this game and also about the game with the Fever and the Aces. Because again, if you know who your opponent is, you prepare for that battle. Like if you have a battle and one person has some chopsticks, and then your opponent has a couple of bats. You know how to prepare for that. Okay, the chopsticks are not going to cut it, so you better like find out another way. Are you really going to go into that battle with chopsticks? Think you're going to win? No, because it ain't going to happen. So I don't know. I digress. Let me know what your thoughts are about the game in the comment section. My name is Barbara, around the WNBA and other sports. Sometimes you just gotta laugh about it. If you haven't subscribed, here's your opportunity to do so. It's free. You can subscribe to my channel, and also give me a thumbs up because that helps. And I guess until the next time we meet in the third game to see who wins it. Peace and blessings.